International Project Cooperation and Management online course. Applying for a project and building a consortium. Before you start looking for a partner. 1. Determine your own interests. What program area is of interest to you? Which beneficiary country would you like to be involved in for cooperation with a partner? 2. Check the relevance of the program. Is the thematic focus of the program relevant to your desired area of cooperation? Will you be able to contribute to the defined outputs of the program? Will there be a call, or several calls, for project proposals under the program? Will you have enough time to prepare a project before the call is launched? Are partnership projects particularly relevant under the program? The program operator. Almost every program is developed and managed by a national program operator. The program operators are mostly public institutions in the beneficiary countries who are tasked with awarding funding to projects according to agreed criteria as well as monitoring their implementation. Each program operator will have a designated website for the program, with information on the content of the program, eligible applicants, and calls for project proposals. These websites will be operational shortly after the donor countries have approved the program operator's proposals on how to manage the programs. The relevant characters of partners. Reliability. The partner has to be reliable, since running projects always means spending money and transfers between partners. Experience. This is always valuable, because achieving results is much easier with experienced partners. Creativity. You need to build new products, discover new ideas, search for novelty. This requires a new, special, innovative and creative approach towards assignments. Communicativeness. You'll have to communicate constantly, not only with stakeholders, but first of all with your partners. Hence, communicativeness is one of the most valuable features. Openness. You need to search for opportunities. Think out of the box. Search for the new. You must have partners who are not afraid of conducting experiments. How to look for a partner. 1. Ask your friends and colleagues for a good project partner. 2. Participate in conferences, seminars and workshops, so be active and present your background and experience. 3. Visit the web pages of the national and European agencies. Look at completed and well-evaluated projects and contact potential partners by email. 4. Search the Internet. Do not be afraid to ask for a partnership opportunity or present your readiness to participate in a project. Always be reliable. This is a key success factor. Some addresses. Below are some useful web links. The most common elements of a proposal. 1. Title page. Use a simple and meaningful title, one that is easy to remember. Try to find a nice acronym which means something or can be easily associated with something nice. 2. Executive summary. Be precise and try to introduce your project in a very comprehensive way. This is the first part of your proposal that the evaluator will read. You have to persuade him or her to look further. 3. Statement of the problem. The EU applies the logic of intervention. This means you have to define the problem first, then suggest solutions. Describe the problem carefully, paying attention to the details. You can use tools like Ishikawa's diagram or the problem tree to delve deeply not only into the problems, but also the reasons for the situation. 4. Objectives. Once you have diagnosed the problem, you need to describe the objectives you want to achieve. The perfect tool is the logical matrix, but also remember about techniques like SMART to set the right goals. The most common elements of a proposal. 5. Technical approach. Give an explanation as to how you want to achieve your goals, what you will do and how. This part comes mostly from the feasibility study and is more technical in nature. Consider the following aspects. Steps in the design process, pros and cons, the general solution concept, analysis of the solution concept, alternatives, criteria for the decision, recommendations. 6. The partnership. You have to prove that the consortium has sufficient capacity to achieve its goals. Experience, knowledge, skills, background. These details are important. Be clever, and though honestly describing your partnership, do so in superlatives. 7. Project management. You need to provide information as to how and when you are going to deliver results. The most common aspects are work breakdown structure, division of responsibilities, timeline, milestones, Gantt chart, communication, risk management, etc. 8. Budget. Assess honestly how much you will need to deliver your results. Do not allocate too much money for management. This is not positively perceived by evaluators. Partnership agreement and cost reimbursement. The most important task for both parties is to agree on their roles in the proposed project, their contribution to the project, deliverables, and the related budget. Make sure to include the eligible costs of both parties in the project budget. The next step is to create a partnership agreement. As part of the project proposal, partners need to draw up a contract that explicitly details each partner's individual obligations and contributions to the project, and what expenses are to be covered under the project budget for each partner. The partnership agreement should also specify how the donor project partner will get their incurred costs reimbursed. Remember to think this over carefully. A partnership agreement will not have much significance if everything goes smoothly, but once the cooperation fails, you will have to rely on legal procedures. Checklist for a consortium agreement, CA. Parties. Identifies each party. Preamble. Summarizes the context and purpose of the CA. Definitions. Defines the important terms used throughout the CA. Subject. Defines the subject of the CA with reference to the grant agreement, the preliminary technical results, work to be accomplished, contribution of each party, etc. Technical provisions, unless these are detailed in an annex. Tasks of each party. Gives a definition of the tasks, outlines the relationship between the tasks of the parties and any interdependencies. Non-financial resources to be made available. Project schedule. Changes. Managerial provisions. Coordination and management, powers and responsibilities, follow-up and supervision. Project management. The most well-known project management methodologies. PMI, PRINCE2, PCM, Agile techniques, Scrum, Six Sigma, Lean, DSDM, Etern, etc. The methodology of project management is important at the application stage. The evaluators will assess not only whether the consortium has planned to use project management methodology at all, but also whether the project manager has enough capacity to run and manage an international project. Therefore, it is good to have a certified project manager on board.